Okay. Good evening, everyone. We will get started now. My name is Gina Moody, Director of Student Services, and we welcome you to the Christina School District's Choice Information Night. I will share our slide deck, our screen, in just a moment. Let's see. Make sure it's working well for me. Everyone see this slide deck here? Can you see that? Okay. So we're excited. Choice season is among us, and we get to show you all the wonderful things about our district and why you should choose the Christina School District to start or continue your educational experience. To start us off, I will turn to our assistant superintendents, or as I like to call them, our super assistants, Mr. Norman Kennedy and Dr. Courtney Voschel, to share some information with you.
Hi, good evening. I'm one of the assistant superintendents, Norm Kennedy. I'll take you through the next couple of slides here. But once again, good evening and thank you for joining us tonight on this Choice Open House Zoom special. So the Christina School District, next slide, please, Dr. Moody. The Christina School District is a Delaware public school system, and we serve over 13,000 students, and we actually employ over 3,000 employees. Our district currently serves the City of Newark, its surrounding suburban areas, as well as a portion of the City of Wilmington. And just pulling out a couple other highlights from the slide you see here, we have 25 middle school and high school sports that students may participate in. We also have over 30 schools and programs within our district, and all will be mentioned during our presentation this evening, just to kind of give you a few of our facts. All right, next slide. So the Christina schools are in programs, are recipients of numerous national, regional, and state commendations over the past few years. In this past year alone, our schools have received notable recognition for the following achievements. Two schools earned Leader in Me Lighthouse recognition, Jones and Gallagher Elementary, for their character education, social, emotional, and academics. We had our middle school honors academy was ranked #1 middle school in the state of Delaware in U.S. News and World Report. In addition, U.S. News and World Report reported that we had 7 schools ranked best schools in the Delaware top 20. In addition to that, we've had the Christiana High School Marching Band receive superior rating at a recent competition. Glasgow High School earned American College Application Campaign School of Excellence. They received that award for increasing the number of first-generation students who would attend college. Glasgow was the only recipient in our entire state to receive this fantastic award. All right, next slide, please. And our slide here just goes again into some additional district highlights, some again that you'll hear a little bit more about in our presentation. But the Christina School District has a virtual academy, and that virtual academy is serviced, well, the virtual academy services students in kindergarten all the way up through grade 12. So what the virtual academy means is that students basically are using their computers at home to stream into a virtual classroom where we have dedicated teachers who are instructing the courses, again, kindergarten all the way up through 12th grade. Some of the other highlights we have are 50% of our teachers actually have master's degrees within our district. We have 2 language immersion programs. We have the Spanish immersion program. We also have the Chinese immersion program. for our students. And the immersion programs, where we have students are learning a different language, Chinese or Spanish, for 50% of the day. They're immersed in elementary school, and 50% of the day in a different language, and 50% of the day they're taught in English language. And the way that the students just obtain and pick up that language is amazing. And the end result is that we have multilingual students by the end of their high school career. All right. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to the other assistant superintendent, Dr. Courtney Voschel.
Good evening, everyone. I am Courtney Voschel, and I apologize. I'm having a little technical difficulties, so I don't know if you can see me. But this slide is about our advanced programming. So students that are seeking advanced opportunities are provided a lot of optimal learning opportunities with integration across curriculum to meet varied needs and development. Many of our advanced students possess unique abilities and/or capabilities that would benefit from educational opportunities beyond our regular school program. Students in advanced programs are afforded opportunities at each stage of development to reach a higher level of learning and accomplishment of which they are capable. And at the elementary level, they may attend a separate class, and at the secondary level, they may enroll in specific courses that are above their grade level. High school students have access to an array of advanced placement courses that follow a national curriculum through College Board, as well as dual enrollment. And for those of you that may not be aware, dual enrollment courses will allow students to earn college credit while still completing high school requirements. Next slide, please. Thank you. At Christina, we focus on the whole child, and we are very proud to offer a variety of additional supports designed to help our students succeed both in school and beyond. Students begin their college and career planning utilizing a platform called Zello in our middle schools. We have activities that include personality and interest inventories, as well as college and career matchmaking activities, and high school course selections are done in this platform. Our district is proud of our investment in digital learning, and all of our schools are one-to-one for technology. We offer strong mental health services to address what we call the whole child. We have school counselors, school psychologists, school social workers, social emotional learning curriculum in each of our schools, and we have mental health literacy curriculum in our schools. We offer a continuum of services for students with disabilities, including our 18 to 22-year-old program, to ensure that all of our students have necessary life skills to gain employment and to care for themselves. And last but certainly not least, we are expanding our work-based learning experience opportunities as students complete career pathways that are required for graduation. It is our goal that every child that attends or graduates from our district will have a work-based learning experience in their senior year. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to our secondary director, Dr. Lanny Blair, and Mr. Paul Dunford, who is our director of curriculum and instruction.
Thank you, Dr. Voschel. Dr. Voschel, and those on the call tonight, preparing for future, both college, career, and yes, the community is an important part of what we do here in the Christina School District. Next slide, please. And so in order to make that happen, we brought together almost 957 to be exact, respondents from our Christina communities who identified 121 attributes using surveys in English, Spanish, and Arabic that we collected, studied, and curated, and we now present as the attributes of a Christina graduate. The attributes of a graduate are the things that we seek to make happen in our classrooms each and every day so that we better prepare our students not only to cross the stage, but to make a difference in college, career, and life. We divided the attributes into 4 areas. What we're looking for students as a person, showing kindness, being respectful, confident, mindful, and honest, demonstrating independence, and being good problem solvers. And then we thought about our students as a learner, our graduates thinking about they'd be independent thinkers, hardworking, creative, literate. They'd be able to read. They'd be able to be literate in each of the disciplines they study. They'd be able to demonstrate effort. We'd measure that through grades, but the idea is that being self-motivated, being motivated by others and being motivated for others becomes important as a learner. And then being community, college, and career ready. We wanted our graduates to be leaders, to be hardworking, to be determined and dependable, to persevere and to be successful, and to be independent. And then finally, as we think about our Christina graduates, we want them to be good citizens, to be responsible and honest, to be creative, mindful, positive, and smart. We want them to exhibit these attributes to improve their world and be good problem solvers. Next slide, please.
Thank you, Dr. Dunford. AVID is an amazing program that we have. It stands for Advancement via Individualized Determination. All of our middle schools and high schools have this program, which is a college readiness program, along with 2 of our elementary schools. They utilize a set of strategies to build the learning, study, academic behavioral skills that are essential for success in rigorous coursework such as honors, advanced placement, dual enrollment courses. AVID students learn how to critically read text, utilize a focused note-taking system, collaborate, utilize higher level thinking skills, organize information, and manage time effectively. Additionally, being a leader in their school and community. Students in AVID benefit from experiences that are not limited to the classroom setting. These experiences provide the students with opportunities to build leadership skills and to work together with peers to develop skills for successful collaboration with their peers and others. Next slide.
So as we think about students being college and career ready, last year's graduating class had over 850 students who collectively earned more than $30 million in scholarships and monetary awards, paving the way for their post-secondary education and future success. Among them, several standout scholars secured scholarships exceeding $1 million each. I want to take just a minute now to dive into the career side of things as we think about careers and thinking about pathways. So pathways are ways that students go through high school being prepared for the world of work, having the experiences and perhaps working towards the certifications in career areas. We call those career areas pathways. We have 28 different career pathways that include 18 career and technical pathways that each of them includes student organizations. CTSO is a career tech student organization, which gives students a national perspective on the career. They're competing with students here in the district, students here in the state, students in the region, as well as students across the country. We have dual enrollment credits that are part of that, where students are able to earn during high school, able to earn college credits, and industry credential opportunities where students graduate with a credential to go directly into a career field. We provide work-based learning opportunities where students are able to be part of the workforce during their time in high school. And we have immersive opportunities where students are able to dig deeply into a career pathway, be part of that career pathway, again, while they're in high school. I want to just take a second and just talk about some of the different career pathways that we have in play. In the area of agriculture, food, and natural resources, we have agricultural power and engineering, animal science and management, and plant science. All of those are offered at CHS. In business management and administration, we have business information and management, banking, and all of this information is available online. Marketing today, we have at all 3 high schools. We have the NAF Academy of Business, which is the National Academy of Finance, Business Information Management at GHS, and the National Academy of Finance at GHS. In the area of arts, AV, technology, and communication, we have digital communication technology offered at GHS and NHS. Our Teacher Academy, K through 12 Teacher Academy, we're excited to say, is offered at all 3 high schools. In the area of health sciences, we have Allied Health, which is offered at CHS. We have Emergency Medical Services, which is offered at CHS and NHS. We have Hospitality and Tourism offered at all 3 of our high schools now. In the area of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, we have Biomedical Sciences, which is offered at GHS. We have Computer Science, which is offered at CHS and NHS. We have Engineering and Project Lead the Way at CHS and NHS. In Performing and Design Arts, choral music is offered at NHS, instrumental music at NHS. All 3 of our high schools proudly offer band, chorus, and orchestra. Theater is offered at NHS. Visual and performing arts, painting, drawing, and ceramics is offered at all 3 of our amazing high schools. And additional pathways, we have our Air Force Junior ROTC offered at GHS. Avid Advanced via Individual Determination is offered at all 3 high schools. Jobs for Delaware graduates is offered at all 3 high schools. We have Naval Junior ROTC. As a proud naval dad, that's offered at CHS. And our world language program is offered at all 3 of our high schools. As we think about these pathways and we think about the opportunities, we believe that Christina School District is a place for students to come if they're interested in getting a full comprehensive education, both the academics and the technical skills to be successful. Next slide, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dunford. I appreciate everyone for your time. And so now you've heard about our highlights, our scholars' achievements towards excellence in school and beyond. And now we want to give you some information about, so what do you need to do to submit your application, your choice application, because this is the educational option for your child with us. So the Delaware School Facts, I will lead that, as well as my wonderful teammate, Ms. Patricia Revels, who's here with me. And we will go through the next slides to tell you how do you submit your application and what does it mean. So remember that Delaware School Choice Program allows families living inside of Delaware to apply, to enroll their children in any Delaware public school district, charter school, or vocational technical school, regardless of their home address. And applying for school choice is pretty easy, and we're here to help you and guide you through the process. So at this point, I will turn it over to Mrs. Revels to give you some basic information to start.
Hi, good evening, and welcome to our forum on choice and the programs that our district has to offer. School choice opens the first Monday of November each year and closes the second Wednesday of the following January. So for this current school year, to apply for choice for next year, it will open November 3rd, 2025, and will close on Wednesday, January 14th. You may apply either with a paper application, or you may apply online at www.schoolchoicede.org. Kindergarten choice will remain open until the first day of school. Choice does not apply to our special programs such as Brennan, DSD, Sarah Pyle Academy Traditional, REACH, or Pre-K. Next slide, please. When applying for choice, especially applying online, please be prepared to upload the following documents to your application. The student's final report card for school year 2024-25, the current school year's most recent report card or progress report, if your district's school report card has not yet been processed, the attendance report for 2024-25, the attendance report for 2025-26, up until the day you apply for choice, your child's discipline report. We need proof of custody and guardianship, please, and current proof of residency. In addition, the open enrollment for the current school year, 2025-26, closed last January. However, we are accepting good cause choice applications for the current school year. And we will be accepting good cause choice applications for 26-27 after the open enrollment period has ended, and also during next school year for the 2026-27 period. Incoming kindergarten students, again, may apply without good cause until the first day of school. What constitutes good cause? Good cause is situations that would have occurred after the open enrollment period closed, such as change in residence, change in parents' marital status, foster care or adoption, student that has been placed in a mental health or substance abuse treatment program and is undergoing mental health treatment, foreign exchange program, or reported, recorded, and substantiated cases of bullying. Each application is reviewed and may or may not be approved. The backup documentation must be included with your good cause application. Students who are applying for choice must be pre-registered in their feeder school or registered in a Delaware public school. We do not accept choice applications for students residing outside the state of Delaware. However, we may accept choice applications for students who are attending a school outside of the state of Delaware, such as a private school, or outside of the U.S., whose parent or legal guardian is a resident of the state of Delaware. Next slide, please.
Now for some additional programs about the choice process. You heard a little bit earlier that our Middle School Honors Academy had received top awards for academic excellence. And this academy serves students in grades 6th, 7th, and 8th. And so how do you apply? You must complete a choice application, no matter where you live. So even if you live within the Christina School District, you still have to apply for choice. And so you also have to complete the Middle School Honors Academy application. And that application is available at the Christiana High School and Middle School Honors Academy website at the URL at the bottom, christinak12.org. You can go to our main website and look up Middle School Honors Academy to get your application to put your child in the running to be biking at the middle school level. The Chinese Immersion Program, or CHIP, at Downs Elementary School is open to open to students entering kindergarten with limited capacity for grades 1 to 5. So if you have a child in going into grades 1 to 5, they must have Mandarin experience. Again, your child you have to apply for a choice application, regardless of where you live. And you must also complete the Downs Elementary School Chinese Immersion application, and you can get that at the Downs Elementary School, the Downs Sharks. To continue, if you have a child who's currently or has experience in Mandarin, Shumadale Middle School has a Chinese immersion program, and so you would also have to apply for choice, and students must have previous Mandarin experience. A choice application is only required if Shumadale Middle School is not your feeder middle school. So if it's not your feeder middle school, you would apply for choice for Shu. If Shu is your feeder middle school, please communicate with the school team that you are interested in the Chinese immersion program, but you would still need to have that previous experience. When you go on to apply on our application, you would select Shumadale Middle School, and then the next drop down, you would select Chinese immersion. More at Newark High School is more of a Chinese proficiency elective. So one of the world languages at Newark High School is Chinese. So it's open to students in grades 9 and 10. If you reside within the Newark High School feeder, you will speak with your counselor because you're already headed to Newark High School. Speak with the counselor about scheduling into the foreign language and you are interested in having the Chinese language. If you do not live in Newark High School's feeder, please complete a choice application. And again, speak with the counselor regarding scheduling into foreign language. I can't stress enough how awesome our school counselors are. They can help you with scheduling questions and what you may not have familiarity with, but our school counselors are very, very helpful. So I encourage you to do that. And another immersion program we have is at Oberly Elementary School, home of the Penguins. And so Oberly, grades K to 4, is open to students entering kindergarten with limited capacity for grades 1 to 4. And so if there's a student who's applying to the Spanish immersion program for grades 1 to 4, they must have previous experience with Spanish knowledge and background. Again, how do you apply? Say it with me. please complete a choice application, regardless of where you reside. Select overly, and then select the Spanish immersion from the drop-down. If your child is entering grades 2 to 4, they will undergo an assessment to attend this program to make sure that they're ready for the Spanish-speaking endeavor they're about to partake. So please make sure that you can speak to someone about that process. And the Christina School District Virtual Academy. So this was birthed about 5 years ago. I guess everyone knows what happened back then. And so we are lucky enough to be able to extend it. So the CSDVA, the Virtual Academy, is open to students in grades K to 12. And again, you apply by completing a choice application regardless of where you reside. You will select the school depending on the grade level. If your child is going into next school year, grades K to 5, select Gallagher Elementary. Grades 6 to 8, you will select Kirk Middle School. And if your child is going to grades 9 through 12, select Sarah Paul Academy. And then from the next drop down, you would select Virtual Academy at the appropriate space. Please make sure you understand that selecting this Virtual Academy, once you do, it is at least a 1-year commitment. So we enroll you and you stay in the program for a year. Additionally, there are also other times during the year where there's mandatory state assessments, mandatory assessments, and we will do those mandatory assessments in person. The school teams will let you know the dates, the times, the locations, and the transportation options. But please know that even though if you're in the Virtual Academy full time, there will be times when you are required to go in person to engage in this assessment. Now I'm going to pass it over to Mrs. Revels to talk about the duration of enrollment. Once I'm choiced, how long do I stay in that school?
When a student choices to a school and is accepted, the student may remain in that school, the choice school, for the grade configuration. So that means if a child is has choice for 2nd grade, they may remain in that choice school through 5th grade without the parent having to re-choice each individual year. But a student must maintain good academics, good attendance, and good behavior. If a student moves within the state of Delaware or becomes homeless, it does not affect their choice status. They just simply need to notify the school secretary or the choice office of their relocation or if they've become homeless, of that status. We will work with the parents in those situations to make sure that their child's education is not interrupted. Students remaining in a choice grade configuration do not need to resubmit a choice application each year. However, especially where it's regarding one of the language immersion programs or one of the virtual programs, especially with those grade configurations, when your child moves from 5th grade in an elementary school level to 6th grade in a middle school level, if you want to continue in the same program, you must submit a choice application for the 6th grade year. Or again, if they're going from 8th grade to 9th grade, for the 9th grade year. Otherwise, you do not need to resubmit a choice application each individual year.
And then Ms. Revels will also continue to talk about, so what if I don't live in that feeder schools area? What does transportation look like? How do I get to and from school?
When you choice a child, it becomes the parent's responsibility to provide transportation to and from the choice school. However, if your child is attending a daycare for before or after school care or for both, and it's in the feeder pattern of the choice school, transportation will be provided from the choice school to the daycare that is in the feeder pattern for that choice school. You can always contact our transportation department to find out if there may be a nearby bus for you to be able to drive your child to, that will get them to school for you. The availability is only on if there are seats availability for something like that. And again, if it's near your area, sometimes more than often, it's the case where the bus stop may be further than the school itself. So it does become the parent's responsibility to provide the transportation to and from the school or to and from the closest bus stop.
And then what happens if a parent decides to terminate choice? What must they do?
If a parent decides to terminate a choice, the student still must remain in the choice school until the termination is approved. Especially if it's concerning between two different districts. Say you reside in Red Clay School District or Brandywine School District or Colonial, but your child is attending a choice school in the Christina School District. We would need to accept your termination and communicate with the other school district to see if they will accept your child back into their school district at that point in time of the school year. So this is a communication that has been set out through Title 14, so that has to be followed. Parents oftentimes do not notify the school secretary that the child is choiced, and they just withdraw or just go to another school and try to register. We do check up on all of our students and verify when they're being, when someone's trying to withdraw them, that whether or not they're choiced. So please follow the code and submit a choice termination form to our office so that we can communicate with the other district to be sure that the child will be insured at an educational venue. Parents must provide their driver's license or their state ID when submitting a choice termination form. And again, it has to be approved prior to the student being withdrawn from school.
Thank you, Mrs. Revels. And so at this time, we would like for you to explore your options. You've heard a lot, and this is being recorded. So our plan is to post it, right, Ms. Johnson? We're going to post this recording so you can go back and review it. You can scan the QR code, and there are one-page documents there. So if you would like to visit, if you're interested and want to hear more about an elementary school, a middle school, a high school, a special program, please click there, or you can go directly to our website, www.christinak12.org/school choice. Say, I want to learn more about this school. Contact the school team there, schedule a tour. When is it a good time for us to just come see? Sometimes you need to be in the middle of the venue to see if it has a good vibe that you're looking for and the people that you encounter at that time. We also encourage you to start early. The window opens when? November 3rd. And when does it close? January 14th. And those 2 months go by pretty quickly, especially with winter break and the Thanksgiving break nestled in between. So start early. You can start your application because you can always go back and make changes. But once January 14th at 11:59 p.m. comes, you can't go back in and change it. So please do that. Start collecting your documents. Learn more about what schools you would like to enroll your child. And I'm going to see if there are any questions in the chat. I'm going to stop sharing. Oh, wait, I'm going to leave that up because it has the QR code on it. But do we see any questions in the chat anywhere? Does anyone see them?
Not at this time.
Dr. Moody, there's one, somebody's asked, is there any discussion about application to a gifted program in the chat?
An application. Okay, so a couple things. To which gifted program, if we're talking specifically about the Middle School Honors Academy, that has its own separate application. If you go to an elementary school, pardon me?
Along with choice.
Along with choice, yeah. So Middle School Honors Academy is the choice application and the Middle School Honors Academy application. There's some other things, they have it spelled out of what they're looking for you to submit. If you go to an elementary school, and there's a gifted and talented program there, would speak to the administrators there. Okay, because there may be an acuity there of your child that they recognize, and they will want to, you know, stretch your child to be able to participate in the gifted and talented program. And actually, I'm actually going to turn it to the elementary experts. I'm looking at two specific right here. Does either one of you want to share a little bit more, Mr. Kennedy and Ms. Castle? And I'll even say Dr. Blair, but I'm going to leave you in secondary right now.
Certainly. Each of our elementary schools has what we call, instead of calling it gifted and talented, we call it an advanced academic program, nicknamed AAP. But each of our elementary schools do have that teacher. And basically what we do is we look at assessments and we look at some of the work that's being completed, specifically around the second grade year, where students really start to break through and shine into more of a gifted pathway. When we do see that the assessments are showing that, we do provide services for the student right there on campus. Those look, you know, it's a advanced academic program, so we're giving them higher achievement goals. But again, all of our elementary schools have that program, and moving into middle and high school, it looks vastly different. But just to answer your question, yes, we do have the gifted and talented.
Thank you. And another question we have this evening is, what documents do we need for proof of residency?
Okay, proof of residency could be the current utility bill. If you've recently moved and it's a good cause reason, then it is required that we have the signed and dated disclosure notice if you purchased a home, or your signed and dated lease agreement. In situations where a family may be residing with a family member or a friend in their residence, we would need a residence verification form completed and notarized. And then the person who owns that residence would also have to provide their proof of residency, such as the full page of a current utility bill, or their signed and dated lease agreement, or signed and dated disclosure notice if it's dated within the past year. Now, the signature that has to be notarized on that residence verification form is the homeowner's signature, not the parents.
And then our final question in the chat this evening is, will the high schools have open houses for choice?
That's a good question.
As it stands, we do not have separate dates for open houses for choice. That's why we encourage everyone to call ahead and have a tour specifically for you. Sometimes an administrator or school leader would take you, or they may engage a scholar to help with that tour, to hear it from a student's perspective.
Most of the schools have Tuesday tours.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have one more question this evening. If we submitted an application for Christina School District, do we get notification if it was accepted or if more information is needed?
Okay, so the timeline on choice applications during open enrollment is that they have to be submitted by January 14th. Then they're all processed and reviewed and go to board for February's board meeting by our district. That's typically the second Tuesday of each month. The board meetings are held. Then by the end of the month of February, parents will be notified as to whether or not their child has been accepted or invited to choice. Parents must respond to that invitation by March 15th. And if they accept the invitation, they then have to register into the choice school by May 15th. Now, there are situations where parents are hesitant to accept because they may have received notification that they're waitlisted at a charter school or another school district. In those cases, please be advised that it does not affect your wait list if you accept the invitation to one of our schools. If come August 31st, September 3rd, you're invited to attend your first choice, then we are permitted by the state to allow you to submit a termination for the invitation you accepted, and then accept the invitation at your first choice school, which may be a charter school or a school in a different district.
Excellent. And hot off the press, NHS has an open house scheduled for 10/27. And a question on the Honors Academy. For the Honors Academy, do you have to one for choice and one for the actual school?
Yes.
Yes. One for choice and one for the program. So
And that-
choice to Middle School Honors Academy, and then there's another.
And that applies for the Chinese immersion and the Spanish immersion as well.
Excellent. And another hot off the
Addition-
press, Middle
real
School
quick.
Honors Academy has an open house night on Monday, November 17th from 5:30 to 6:30. Sorry,
Um,
Mr.
what was
Kennedy, I
that
think I
date?
interrupted you.
Monday, November 17th. Thank you. I was trying to get the dates. You can go on our website to get the actual dates of when you need to accept. I think it may be March 20th, somewhere around there. But we
Okay.
when we invite, and we also indicated the date when you need to accept. And and please go ahead and make your decision, because at some time we would have to make a decision when to cut off that response time, so that we can get all of our students prepared for the summer and the proper notifications for them to go out during the summer months. So that's why those dates are in place, so that schools can prepare and start scheduling and doing all the things we need to do for students over the summer months. I see a hand raised. I don't know if there's a question to go with that. Oh, okay. Are there any other questions, team? Okay. Like we said, this recording will be on our district's website. We really appreciate you taking your time out today. I'm glad that we can do this virtually so that we can get people engaged. And please tell a friend, share with them the video. Remember, you want to choose wisely. That means choose Christina. We have a lot to offer. And once you have a child in our district, we encourage you to be active and be a collaborative partner as we move our students forward, so that they can take care of all of us when they're older. Thank you very much for your time. Have a good night. Bye-bye.